Hi guys, happy Tuesday. I am just currently chilling in like my office area because I was gonna do my course, but I forgot my password to the thing, to the site. So I'm waiting on a email to come through, which has not come through, and I've tried to get it sent a couple times. So I'm just waiting on that for however long it is gonna take. So I thought in the time being, I might as well have just done, which I finished doing, is going through all like my F1 bingo-y stuff that I had to do. So I've done that. And now I'm just doing my like constellation like notebook kind of thing of I wanna do a bit of like learning about like the constellations and stuff. So I've just finished doing the back page because I had like this whole chunk that just was like a slightly different tone, like this whole chunk that I needed to sort out. So I printed off another one of these to go there, and then I just reprinted it again to go on the front as well because I had a different thing on the front, but it didn't fully cover. But I couldn't print off another one of what I had on the front to like match it. So I've just taken it off of the one on the front, wrapped this front in some tissue paper and stuff, which is slightly a bit damaged there. But I used like the whole of the tissue paper instead of cutting it because it was easier. And stuff, and then just put this on the front, because with the tissue paper, I don't know if you can see it actually, but because I might have like glued it right on the line anyway, but you could somewhat still see like down here the other like picture kind of thing. But yeah, so I've done that. So I'm just gonna do some learning about some constellations at the moment, and that all this like afternoon. Well, it's currently it's like 5 minutes till it's 20 to 12. So I'm just watching Manifest on Netflix, because I just want to try and get through like my Netflix watch list, or my list on Netflix. So I've just put that on to have that on in the background while I do some learning about constellations and stuff. So yeah, and trying to wait for this like email to come through. So fun. So trying to do that, and then yeah, go from there. But yeah, so going to do that. I also need to update my CV on the other course I done, and do that. But yeah, and I also need to print off my other CV. No, not my CV. I need to print off the other certificate from the other course I did. I just haven't got around to doing that yet either. But yeah, so I've got a few things I need to do up here. But I'm just going to chill, learn about some constellations, and watch Manifest for a bit until like lunch probably, and then think about if I'm just gonna go chill downstairs and stuff, since I've still got some reading to do, since today of me filming is the last day of me doing my classic reading vlog, my classic book reading vlog. So I've still got some reading to do for that, and go from there. But yeah, I also have another like book coming, like a pre-order that I pre-ordered, which is Elsie Silver's Fever Dream, since its release day is today. So I'm getting that today in the post somewhere, but I have a feeling I probably won't end up reading that until like later on in the year, because the rest of this month I want to continue reading classic books, and then next month I'm thinking possibly try to read the last Richard Cole's book in the Canon Claremont mystery series. Try and get that read before my birthday, and then hopefully that's read like before my birthday, or at least on my birthday, to then possibly start I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's Cross the Line. It's like the first one, but like the F1E like series that I have, possibly start that. And that after I finish the Canon Claremont mystery series like book, and if I can get through both books in the series, that's great. If not, then I'll just like leave them here, because when I go on holiday I want to take the 2 books that I got, was it last year on holiday I bought them? I think it was, the 2 books that I got on holiday, which was something about the mysterious double death or something of Honey Black. I don't know, something about someone's death. And then the other one was I Knew Your Trouble, something like that. I want to take them 2 on holiday, so then I've got like a mystery kind of one if I want to read a mystery, and then I've also got like a romancy one. So take them 2 on holiday, so then I can just flick between the 2. Especially since we're primarily doing like just like a reading holiday kind of thing. So we're going on holiday where we can just sit with a drink and do some reading, or maybe go out on like the odd day or so. So I'm thinking if I could take at least 2 books, that might be fine, since it is literally just a week, so 2 books should be more than enough. I might possibly pack 1 more book, I'm not sure, just in case I do finish one of the books or so, all the books, but I doubt I'll get to the 3rd book anyway, but I might pack it just as a precaution. But yeah, but that is like my plan for like reading at the moment. And then, or at least like this month and next month, and then after that, like from July onwards, I'm just gonna probably try and focus on reading all like the paperback books that I have to read, and do that, and possibly focus on the ones on my actual TBR, and not finish the Thursday Murder Club series or start the Housemaid series yet. But focus on the paperback books on my TBR, this year's TBR, and focus on reading all them, to then, when they're done, obviously minus like the 3 Christmas ones I have, I'll read them obviously in December, near Christmas. But once I finish all my paperback books for the year, I will then go back to like the classic books, since they seem to be taking me a little bit longer to read them, because I've been on and off with actually wanting to do some reading or not with them. So yeah, I might do it that way, and then I might possibly end up getting around to reading the Housemaid series and finishing the Thursday Murder Club series this year. I'm not sure. To be honest, it all depends when my dad finishes the last 2 books in the Thursday Murder Club series, because he's on the 4th book of the series, I think. So I currently have the third book to start because we've both read the first two, but he's obviously read the third, so he's given it to me to read, which I just haven't started yet, because I've got a bunch of other books I want to read at the moment. So it depends on when he finishes the fourth book and ends up starting and finishing the fifth book, to if I get around to reading them this year or not. And yeah, going from there. So yeah, especially since my dad is quite slow at reading and he often doesn't read as much anyway. It's like once in a blue moon he picks up the book to read, so it'll probably take him a while to get through the two. But yeah, so that will depend. The Thursday Murder Club might be left till next year to read. But yeah, so fun on that one. But I'm just gonna sit, chill, watch some TV and do some learning of constellations instead of my interior design course at the moment. Hi guys, don't mind the buzzing noise you can hear, that's just my dehumidifier that's on. But it is Wednesday, it is the day this video goes up. Couldn't speak then. I did originally say that I was going to finish this video yesterday on Tuesday, but I kind of made the decision to kind of take the whole of the 19th to do a bunch of reading, to try and get as much of like the third book read as I could. I didn't hit my goal of reading to 75%. I'm literally off by like 3%, which I'm not mad about or anything. Like I'm fine with it being at 72%, because I know within like the next possibly hopefully a few days or so, or at least the rest of this week, I can get hopefully the book read. But yeah, but I got so far into the third book, which also don't mind that the layout of the other books. I was working out which book has the least amount of chapters in to be my fourth read, my fourth book of the month to read. So yeah, don't mind that the other books have changed places. But yeah, I'm 72% into Wuthering Heights, which is chapter 23. So yeah, I did obviously give myself the thing to try and read 5 chapters at least every day. So that means I'm technically 3 chapters off, because I haven't started chapter 23 and I'm meant to be on to 25. But I'm not that mad about it since there's 34 chapters. And I'm like, if I can read at least like a couple chapters every day from now on, that should hopefully be finished. But yeah, so I'm 72% through the third book, which is wild for me to think about, because I generally did think that I would end up only reading like 2 books, not even that, at the start of this. I generally didn't think I would have read fully 2 books, and towards the end, well, over our halfway of a third book in this, so, and that is great to think about. But yeah, so they are the 3 books I read, which was Tale of Two Cities, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and partway through Wuthering Heights. I know there's a movie out of Wuthering Heights, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it because I'm not that big of a fan of the book at the moment. But with reading a classic books at the moment, I don't know if it's just with reading these classic books has slowly put me into a slump. And we're also coming closer to halfway through the year, and I've just been like trying to like bash out loads of books reading, and that. But I've kind of like slowed down of reading like a bunch, and also with reading these classic books it feels like they're going like into my brain and then like straight out, because I like kind of remember what happened in the other two, kind of not, and stuff. I still somewhat know what they're about, but not fully remembering everything that happened in them, and stuff. So yeah, it feels like I've read the information and then it just went straight out of my brain afterwards. But yeah, so fun. But my next reading vlog, I will be back to reading paperback books and that. So yeah, so I will see you guys Sunday for a vlog, and then see you guys next Wednesday for my room tour, I think it is, of my actual new layout of my room. So I will see you guys then. Bye. Hi guys, it is Wednesday today? Yeah, Wednesday, sorry. My head has been all over the place with, especially the past couple of days, with I don't know what day it is. Literally yesterday I thought it was Wednesday, but it's Wednesday today. But it is currently like 5 to 4 at the moment. I've just been chilling upstairs all day. I've just finished doing a course. The course that I was going to do yesterday. I managed to get it done today, because it was only meant to be like a few hours. Obviously it took me a little bit longer, because I was like jotting down some notes from it, but it's just kind of like a read through notesy kind of course. So I've done that, got my certificate from it, and printed off that certificate. I printed off my certificate from my last course, and just gone from like there, to be honest. So I've done that, put that away in a folder in my dad's study, and got that sorted out and done. But yeah, but I've also just been sat chilling, watching some more Manifest. I started watching it yesterday because it's just one thing that I had on my Netflix watch list to watch, and I was like, since there's like 4 seasons of it, I think I might as well start watching it. I'm currently season 2 episode 3. I've not long started it. I just finished this morning the first season of it, so I'm gonna watch some more of this, but I might go downstairs and finish watching it, to be honest, since there's nothing for me to do left upstairs. So yeah, I also tidied up my desk a bit, and I've decided to move everything that I didn't fully need on my desk and the storage basket thing from my floor into the cupboard for now, because it fits on one shelf, and I'm like, then if the cupboard gets removed or so, I just need to remove the stuff from that one shelf, and either put it into like the wardrobe or move it back into my room or whatever, or back into my desk a bit. So my desk looks a little bit tidier. Let me show you. There's still like one corner of my desk that I need to sort out, which is currently behind my iPad right now. But yeah, let me show you guys my new little desk setup. So this is obviously the corner that I need to sort out, because it's got my calendar, and then I've brought my cable up from downstairs, because it's just a shorter cable, and I thought I could have my actual charging cable that on my laptop, since I've been using my laptop more, and then my wireless like pad charging cable I'll use for my computer, but that's currently in the cupboard. I've got a hand cream which is going in my bag to go downstairs, a cooling mist which is hanging off the edge, so I need to push that back onto the table, for just to like freshen me up and wake me up a bit if I'm like in the middle of the day, a lip gloss, And then I've got my like sloth thing that holds my glasses, but I'm currently wearing the pair of glasses that go on that, but yeah. Then obviously my phone holder, computer, laptop, pad and mouse, which I don't know if I want it to the side or like here, because I kind of used it when it was like here, but then I've got like a random gap there, which I don't know. And then obviously my lamp, computer and all of that. And then the main thing here was I moved all the books, and I've just got the 2 remotes, and then obviously down there the box has gone. And then this side I still have the charity bag, which I still need to go through my room and then also get rid of this stuff. And then I've got my 3 prints here for like the desk yoga stuff. And then in this cupboard, if I go around, I was originally going to put it onto that shelf, but I thought that shelf's more like accessible and I don't have to bend a bit. I've got the box with a bunch of stuff in, which is like cables, filming stuff and that. And then I've got my F1 bingo scratch off thing there, which I think I still need to sort out. Because I don't think I sorted that one out when I'd done it the other day. And then I've got my F1 journal up there, because I thought it's easier to have it in here since the stuff for it is in here. So that's there. And then I've just moved this tray or pot of like all my highlighters, my sticky notes, pads, and then like colouring and pencils and stuff in here, since it was kind of in the way on my desk and I wasn't really using it as much, so I thought throw it in here for now. And then I've got this folder full of Polly Pockets for what I've been putting like my certificates in, so I thought I'll move it into here, just so it's in here. And then I've just got some random paper. This was like my course notes, and then a couple of books, the book that I'm actually using for my courses, and then my astronomy constellations book, and then my pencil case, which I've been using, which I'll just move out with the book when I'm using it, and then spare like pens and stuff in this pot. But yeah, so I've just moved that all into there. But yeah, so I think for now I might just go downstairs and chill, since there isn't really much else I need to do up here today. But I'm just gonna go downstairs, chill, and possibly do some more reading, since my reading vlog is done, and that's going up today, so hopefully you guys would have already seen that. But yeah, so I'm trying to finish off the book that I started, my 3rd book that I started in that. So spoiler if you haven't seen it, but it's already up. It's going up today as I'm filming right now. But yeah, so I'm trying to finish that book, which I think I'm like 10 chapters off. I'm not actually sure. I'm on 82%, so I've got what, 18% left to go. So I'm gonna see if I can try and finish that book by tomorrow, or at least finish it tomorrow, and then possibly start my 4th book of this month, and I've tried to find the book with the least amount of chapters and stuff on there. Because obviously I've got the rest of this week, and then next week, and then the month's over, and it's Wednesday. So if I want to try and finish the book I'm on and then read one more of the classic book, I kind of need to read like a shorter one. So I'm gonna try and read a smaller, shorter classic book, and then if I can get through that fast this month, then I might start my, I don't even know what's called, is it Death on Location? A Death on Location? Or is that one of the other ones? But but whatever the last Canon Claremont mystery series book is called, I want to start that because that seems quite thick, or somewhat thick. And if I want to get that read by my birthday, I'm gonna have to hurry up and read that as well to get some books read, because I'm kind of in the mindset now of obviously doing what I said yesterday, of reading classic books this month and then going straight into reading all my paperbacks. But I'm also in the mindset of I want to focus on hopefully getting all of my TBR read this year and not having it be like so far behind because of the 5 added books that I've read. Well, it's currently 4 at the moment, but it'll be 5th with this last Canon Claremont mystery series book. So yeah, I'm kind of in the mindset of trying to get as many of my TBR books read. So if I am like possibly like a couple behind my actual TBR by the end of the year, I'm completely fine with it. I just don't want the whole 5 to be behind, because I can just add them onto like next year or so on. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, so I'm thinking originally to hit my 40 book mark goal, it was read at least like 3, I think it is, 3 books per month. I might try and hit the 4 book per month goal, which means what? Reading a book a week, which might be ambitious, but I'm thinking if I can read around 4 books a month, then I might be able to make up for the 5 Canon Claremont mystery series books that I'm gonna be read and have read, and that. But yeah, so I might try and hit like or possibly 3.5 books, like read fully 3 and then hit like the halfway point through a book, but like go from there. But that I think is going to be my goal for the next few months, until I'm somewhat back on track, since I think I'm on currently book 15, I think, out of 40, which means I've got a lot of books to go if I want to at least hit the 20 book mark by the end of next month. But I kind of want to be over the 20 book mark by the end of next month. So yeah, it might mean I have to read like 5 books next month, which I doubt I'm going to be able to do. But I've got a lot of catching up or reading to do. So yeah, but I'm going to try and read as much as I can today, since I don't have really much else left to do today. And then tomorrow I don't really have much to do. I've just got to send an email. So I'll do that in the morning. And then go from there. I might send my dad the email first, actually, just for him to like proof check it kind of thing. That's all good. And then send the email tomorrow to the person, and then once that's done, I don't really have anything else to do tomorrow, apart from obviously the washing and get that done. But then I can just do a bunch of reading. I've also got a bunch of stuff to watch on YouTube again. I'm in like the 30s range on videos, so I need to start doing that and watching them as well. So what I might actually do is finish this episode of Manifest that I'm on and then watch YouTube to try and get some of them down, and then also Friday I've got a meeting in the morning to go to, because it's changed from the afternoon to the morning, which to be honest I'm not really that mad about, because I prefer it in the morning. I can go get it done and then come back home and chill. And then yeah, Friday afternoon I can hopefully chill or start doing whatever else I need to do and get done, and yeah, go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna go chill downstairs for a bit to be honest, and yeah, fun. I might keep these glasses on actually if I'm gonna be staring at my phone. So I think the only time I'll be changing these glasses will be Friday for my meeting, and then I'll probably switch back to these ones, I think, because I'm thinking as long as I'm like staring at my phone doing some reading and stuff, I might as well keep these glasses on, my like blue light glasses, and then at the end of the month switch back to my normal glasses that don't have like the reflector lights or whatever. No, that's reactor lights, which is to do with the sun, the blue light stuff in it. So yeah, I might as well change back to them after I've done all my like reading on my phone. But yeah, and I'm hurting my hand while like holding this doorknob. So yeah, so I'm just going to go downstairs, chill, and go from there. Hi guys, it is Thursday. I'm just chilling downstairs today because I've got nothing really to do upstairs, apart from I just remembered I need to go upstairs and get the washing. And that's because I came downstairs without bringing the washing down, so I need to go grab that in a bit. But yeah, so that's fun. But I managed to finish reading the book that I was reading yesterday. I managed to finish off Wuthering Heights. So I'm starting another book which has about like 9 chapters, I mean, not 9 pages, 9 chapters. I know they're going to be like long-ish chapters because there's only 9 of them. But I feel like I can possibly read through it a bit faster. And that's because I haven't got the dreaded so many chapters to get through. So I'm gonna do that and start that book. I kind of started it yesterday of going through like most of like the random info and stuff at the beginning and sorting that out. And that's to now started today. Start reading today. So I'm gonna try and read as much of my new book today, and I might possibly actually be able to start the last book in the Canon at Claremont mystery series, which would be great if I can start it this month, because that means I have like however many days, at least a few days into the book, and that, so I'll be like slowly closer to finishing it before my birthday. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and do that, basically just go from there. But I was gonna go on Disney today and see if I have any like 911 and stuff like that to watch, because I normally have like 911 and everything to watch after a Friday, I think it is. It gets posted on Disney, but my dad's Disney account has come off, and my dad needs to sign back into Disney, so I can't go on Disney. So I thought, you know what, I'll go on HBO Max instead and continue watching The Comeback. So I've started watching that. I'm currently partway through episode 6 in season 1, so I've got a lot to watch, especially since there's like 3 seasons of it. So yeah, So I'm gonna continue watching that well, after I go upstairs and grab the washing and start putting the washing on and everything. But going to watch the comeback and just do some reading today, since there is not much else I can do at the moment. So yeah, fun. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. For once, I'm literally up before my alarm today. For some reason, I ended up waking up early, but I ended up getting ready within like 16-ish minutes. So I woke up like a minute or two before 8. And yeah, it's just gone like 8:15. But I've got to get the bus at about like 9:45, so I've got some time to kill. So I might try to finish watching Saturday Night Live, because I started watching that yesterday, and then stopped because I was building our like shoe bench thing. Oh, it's like a cabinet, but it's also a shoe bench, because I was building that. So when I was building it, I just had like a music channel on, but then if I needed my dad's help and I had to wait for him, then I'd watch a bit of Saturday Night Live, or if I was eating tea, I'd put Saturday Night Live on. But yeah, but I think today the only jobs I have to do are finish the washing, and that noise that you can probably hear is the dishwasher on, so my dad must have forgot to put it on last night and has put it on this morning. But yeah, so I've got the washing to finish off drying and stuff. I've got this meeting this morning, and then I need to finish off the shoe cabinet by putting like some stickers over some holes on the sides, and then I'm done. But I could do that this morning, actually. I was gonna say I'll do it when I get back, but I could just do it this morning since I've got more than enough time to do it. So I might do that in a minute. But yeah, I've also got the rubbish from it to sort out as well and get rid of, and bin all the rubbish. And then I probably also need to hoover down there as well, since it got a bit like dusty and stuff from like the wood. It's like kind of like sawdusty down there. So yeah, and it was not like the best when I was wearing black leggings and stuff. So yeah, that was fun, because some of the holes weren't like fully all the way through. I had to like kind of screw the screw in a bit more to get it fully through. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so this morning I'm just gonna sit, chill, do the stickers. I'll show you the bench in a minute. Then watch Saturday Night Live and possibly do some more reading. I only got to chapter 3 yesterday on this new book that I'm reading. So yeah, I'm hoping, and I think that's like 9 chapters. So I'm hoping at least by like Sunday or so, like either finish the book tomorrow, because I know I'm not going to finish the book today. Either finish the book tomorrow or finish it Saturday. So try and get it finished by the weekend, and then next week I can pick up an actual paperback book to then start reading that. Because even though I did say I want this month to be solely focused on like the classic books, I don't want to start like another classic book to then that ends up going into June. So if I can focus on some of the other classic books I have, then that'll be great. So Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do that. I've also got another reading wrap up coming next month anyway, so if I can get possibly a couple books read within that, then that would be great, or at least one book read before that video. But yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, let me show you the bench. This is what the bench looks like. This side, like these like holes here, are the ones I need to cover, even though that one's like kind of covered anyway, down here. But yeah, these ones are the ones that need covering and stuff. But it's just a doors thing, with like a shelf. But yeah, even though that doesn't seem level as much, but anymore. But oh well. But yeah, just a leather top as well. And oh my god, was this a bit hard, and my hand hurt after a while. But yeah, there's the bench. Hi guys, it's still Friday. I've just gotten back. I've changed into my blue light glasses again because I'm gonna do some more reading on my phone, and I just think it's kind of better for my eyes to wear my blue light glasses. So I'm doing that, and then also I've changed into a dress because it is warm. I might actually stick my fan on for a bit. I've opened the windows and stuff, but I might stick my fan on because I'm a bit warm. But yeah, I've got 26, I think, videos on my watch later list. So I'm gonna try and watch as many of them as I can and get that down and go from there. And then yeah, so still doing the washing, and then I've still got to sort out like the rubbish and stuff from the unit, so I still got a few things to do. But with my reading, I done some reading when I was on the bus going to my meeting, and as I was waiting for the bus to come back home, and stuff, so I was doing that, and I was just chilling, and I managed to read quite a bit, to the point of I did possibly think that I could get this book read within today, since I'm like 79% through it. And then it turns out chapter 7, which I'm on, when there's 9 chapters, yeah, there's 9 chapters, I'm on chapter 7. Sorry, that's just a van for next door, I'm guessing, on the driveway, because we've got a shared drive, so don't mind that noise outside. But yeah, so I'm on chapter 7, well, about to start chapter 7. There's 56 pages. Like, what? Because it says there's like 55 pages remaining, but it doesn't include the one that I'm on. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, reading through that, purely because it does take me a little bit longer to read on my phone for some reason. And when it says it's like a big chunk of pages, I think I said this in the reading vlog, the classic reading vlog anyway, but when it's like a big chunk of pages that it says on there, it kind of doesn't get me into wanting to read the chapter as much, and stuff, because I feel like in a paperback book, when I'm reading a book, like a physical book, I don't really then try to count the number of pages in a chapter. I just look at it and go, do I want to read another chapter or not, and stuff, and just go from that. And then if it's a really long chapter, I then suffer depending on the time of the day. But with this one, obviously it just gives me the number of pages in each chapter, and instead of actually giving me the number of pages, well, like the book pages, and that. So yeah, when it gets to like a longer chapter, I'm kind of like, ugh. Whereas if they're like short chapters, I've managed to read through them a bit faster. But yeah, so I managed to read like a couple of chapters this morning. I think I possibly read 2-3 chapters, I can't remember, this morning, which is great. I think it might have been like 2.5 actually I read, or 2 and a bit anyway. But yeah, so I've got another 3 chapters to go, and chapter 7 is like really long, but I feel like because that one's really long, the other 2 surely can't be that long, since I've got 11% left in the book, surely. But I do feel like I could possibly, I say get it read today, depends, and that on when I get around to doing like the other stuff that I need to do today, and that, or get it read tomorrow, and then possibly start the next book, the last book of the Canon Clement mystery series, and then I can stop saying that title of the series, start the last book, and that can be done. It's also bank holiday weekend this weekend, which I kind of forgot about until I went to my meeting, and it's also meant to be like a sunny warm day, sunny warm weekend, so I don't know if my dad's gonna want to go out again this weekend, because we were going to go out last bank holiday weekend at the start of the month, but it turned out to be the days that we were originally going to go out, it was raining, so we didn't in the end, but yeah, so I don't know if he's going to want to go out this weekend instead, since it is meant to be somewhat sunny this weekend, and warm, which, to be honest, not really my thing. I prefer when it's slightly got like a chill also in the air, because I hate the heat. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on watching some YouTube and try and get some YouTube down. If I can at least get into, I want to say like 19 and under, but I've got a few like long videos on here that I have to watch, so I'm not sure on that one, because I've got some random videos, I've got some actual subscription videos that I have to watch, which I'm only a week behind, so it's not that bad, and then I've got a few like Sims Let's Plays, and then I've got a Britain's Got Talent like thing, of an act which I wanted to see, of like the semi-final, so it's just like 5 minutes for that, and then like a music thing to watch as well, so yeah, so I feel like I could possibly get some of like the random ones watched, but I kind of want to get up to date with all my subscription videos. And then podcast wise, I've got a lot of podcast episodes to watch, since I haven't really been watching the ones on YouTube at the moment. I think there's like, I want to say 80 something, so I do kind of want to get that down possibly this weekend or so, before it hits 100. Yeah, I've got 83 videos on my podcast list to watch, so yeah. And then on the podcast, which is How I Sexted My Boss, which I listen to on Spotify, I've kind of had it been going on like 2x speed, to listen to it, because one, I can still intake everything that's going on, and it also goes through it a bit faster. And that, so I've been getting through them. I'm currently towards the end. I think I've got like less than a minute of one or a minute of an episode, so I might quickly play that, finish that, and then go on to watching YouTube. But I'm about to start July of 2021 and Help I Sexted My Boss, so yeah, slowly getting there with that one. I might try and hit the goal of getting the whole of 2021 listened to, I would say before my birthday, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So I might try and get it done before Christmas at least, because I normally listen to it when I'm in the shower, and I just have like a podcast on in the background, or if I'm just like in the kitchen making lunch, doing some baking or whatever, because I don't normally want to take my iPad in there, and that's because my phone is a lot smaller, so I can just like put it on top of a coffee machine or something, and I can still listen to it, and it's out the way, and it's not like on the side while I'm watching something. And two, I can also hear it better in the kitchen, because there's times where I'll have like the mixer on and I won't be able to hear the TV, or obviously I can't see the TV, so yeah, I do it that way. But I'm slowly getting there with that, but I'm gonna chill at the moment. It's currently just gone 12, so I'm gonna go make some lunch and then do some reading and watching of stuff, so yay, fun. But to be honest, I've just gotten back and I have like no motivation to do much at the moment, so yeah. I was also going to make myself one of my white mocha frappes, but I sorted out all the ice and refilled it, so I might just wait for all the ice to freeze again, and that, because we're running low on ice, so I might wait for that till I remake one. So I've just made myself a lemonade, but yeah, so fun, yay. Hi guys, don't mind my hair. I've literally just like woken up, but it is also like 11:45, so that is great. No, I kind of, in fairness, I did go to bed like somewhat late last night, because I was somewhat watching the Radio 1's Big Weekend with my dad, and yeah, and then eventually I was like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, so yeah. But now I've just woken up, and I need to obviously get ready for the day, so yeah, and I kind of just like can't be bothered at the moment. I have my fan on because it is warm, and that is like it's meant to be warm and nice all weekend, and I'm kind of just like, I'm guessing my fan is going to be on a lot, but yeah, so I need to get up and get ready for the day. I need to put a massive pile of washing away, like my pile of washing is actually overflowing my chair at the moment, so I've got to put that away, so to tidy up my room a bit, and then I've got a bunch of reading to do. Since I didn't actually do any reading since getting back from my meeting yesterday, I kind of just watched a bunch of YouTube and stuff like that. I've never done any reading, so I've still got some more reading to do today, but that I know of anyway, that we're staying in today anyway, so I'm not too mad about that. And then we're either gonna go out tomorrow or Monday, I think, but yeah, so we're staying in today anyway, so I can get some more reading done today, and hopefully I can get the book finished. Here's what I'm hoping anyway, to finish the book today. Am I going to? I don't know, but am I hoping to? Yes. So yeah, gonna try and do that today, and go from there. So yeah, fun. But also just chill. So I might put some YouTube on the telly, or I might actually see if Disney is signed in up here actually. If Disney signed in on up here, I might watch some Disney. If not, then I'll watch some YouTube, I think, and just try and get my YouTube subscription list down a bit. I think I ended up hitting 20 videos yesterday. I've got 20 videos left. Yeah, I've got 20 videos left to watch, I think. Let me... No, I got 19. I did hit 19. I was just looking and then saw that there was one that I had watched. But yeah, so I had hit that goal. There isn't any that I need to add there. No, I think I added that one yesterday. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and get some more of my watch later list down. Even if it's just like all my subscription videos I watch, and then it's like the random videos and like the Sims Let's Play videos I watch later on, someone else. But try to do that, and just go from there. So, well, that's if obviously Disney isn't on, isn't signed in up here. Whereas if it is, then I'll just watch Disney, watch some stuff off Disney, and then I might watch some stuff on like my iPad and watch like 2 things at once, and stuff. But yeah, do it that way, but do something like that. But I'm gonna get ready for the day, and then make my bed so my floor looks a bit cleaner and tidier without all my pillows on the floor, and go from there. So yeah. Hi guys, it is Sunday. Don't mind the sound of my fan, and I'm also just currently kind of making my bed and getting ready for the day, as I told you guys. Since it is what time is it? 11:10. So yeah. But today I'm just gonna get ready for the day, and then my dad wants to take the car to the car wash, so I'm gonna go with him to do that. I don't know if we need to go to the shop for anything, but that I finally swapped my glasses back over to my normal ones. 1, because we're going out, and 2, I have actually finished the book on my phone. So today, if I fancy doing any reading, I can pick up this one. Like, the amount of times I've said it in this vlog, I can actually finally pick it up and start reading it, which is great. So what I might do today is at least find... Is that part of the actual book? Yes. Is at least find like the bookmark to kind of go with this, and then possibly start reading it. There's 403, I think it said. Yeah, 403 pages. So I might try and see how much I can read by the end of the month, since there's what, about like a week plus today till the end of the month. So I might try and see how much I can get into this. At least like, I want to be between at least like a quarter way through, or halfway through, and that's all sat like between like 100 and possibly 200 pages, give or take a few pages, since obviously there is 403, there's the random extra 3, but I might try and make it to like 200 pages at least, within the week. If I can get over it, then that is great, but I think that might be my goal, is by the end of the month get at least 200 pages into this book. I know I'm not going to finish it within the week, that would be unrealistic, but I'm going to try and read as much of it as I can by the end of the month, and then go from there. But I need to get some clothes out to wear. Yesterday I didn't end up putting away my massive pile of washing, so I still have that to do, which I will probably do later on also, I feel like. So yeah, so I have that to do, but I did manage to sort out the top of my drawers, like in the corner of my room, and I rearranged that, so there wasn't any like just a massive like space in there, so it's kind of all evenly out on top of the drawers, not all just one side. I'll show you guys that next week, and stuff, but yeah, done with that. So it's just, I need to, I don't know what to wear. Do I want to wear something like cute? I'm just thinking, do I want to wear like one of like my new like summery springy tops, or do I want to just wear whatever? Because I feel like even with wearing one of these, I would need like a jacket, even though it seems somewhat warm outside, but I would like a jacket on also if I need it. I don't know, I might leave both of these out and test it, and then if not, just get a different top. Like, one of these other new like tops that's just like a basic colour with a pair of black leggings and stuff, which yeah, I can go from there with. So I might do that, and then I've technically got a black jacket hanging up. Oh no, I don't. I got it. Oh, it was on my chair, that's why. I was like, where's my jacket gone? It was on my chair. So yeah, so I got this that I can just wrap around my waist for now, and then if I do want to put it on, I can put it on. So I think that is my outfit for today. I just obviously need to get some underwear and stuff out, but yeah. But what else was I going to say? I feel like I was going to say something else as well. I have no clue. But yeah, I didn't manage to do some of the stuff that I wanted to do yesterday, like my washing, purely because I was just laying on my bed with a headache. So yeah, that was fun. So I ended up just like chilling most of the day. I did manage to get a bunch of YouTube watched though, YouTube videos watched, which was great. But yeah, but hopefully next week my YouTube watch list can get far down and I can watch some of like the odd random ones off, get them off there. And also my dad's re-signed into Disney on the downstairs TV, so I've got that to watch as well. But I will see you guys next week for another vlog, and also see you guys Wednesday for my room tour, which I think there is like a few things in my room that have slightly changed since my room tour. but I don't really feel like refilming it, to be honest, because I think it's only been like possibly 1 or 2 things. The only thing that I can fully think of at the moment is, oh, there's 2 things. I moved my like exercise clothes out of my wardrobe and has been put on the floor near my washing basket to try and get me to work out a bit more, which hasn't really happened, but that, and then also the top of my chest of drawers now has changed, but I think mostly everything else is the same that I can remember. I don't think anything else really has changed, but I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, so I think they're the only major things that have changed, but everything else primarily stayed the same. But it's like mainly like the layout of my room, not all the small details. But yeah, so I'll see you guys for my room tour on Wednesday. And then next Sunday, which is the last day of May, for another vlog and to see where I'm up to on this book. But I will see you guys then. Bye.